What is up, friends and fam? This is going to be a quick short video on how to pick your class for Tails to Win. Now, let me just tell you, anybody or any video that's been like, you can pick whatever you want, it doesn't matter. They're all wrong. It does matter, and let me tell you why. So, the quickest way to those who don't have the patience to watch this entire video, if you're not going to watch the entire video and you just want a quick answer, then your answer is exactly like all the other videos I've told you. Pick whatever class you have the most fun with. If you want to pick a class that's the best for you or the strongest, then you need to watch the entire goddamn video, or else I can't tell you which one to pick. So check this out. I'm going to tell you what I've noticed so far while playing this game, and you can pick which one sounds the coolest for you. Each one of these classes is better at one thing or another. First things first, let's start off with the summoner, because if you start off with a summoner, you're gonna have an easier time to level 50, especially if it's a brand new server. Let me tell you guys why. It is most likely the strongest solo class. So if you're playing on a brand new server, or you just started the game and you don't plan on spending any money and you want to feel a little stronger than the other classes, just go summoner. You have a cute tank cat that follows you around. It works pretty well. Now, later on, I don't recommend you stay as summoner, not for any reason or another, just because the other classes have a lot more utility, a lot more value for teamwork. Although, if you like being cute, you like having a cat, you like having something that goes meow every couple of seconds, just play a summoner. It's not a problem. The in-game costumes look amazing. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the cutest players I've seen in-game are summoners, but if you're on my team, or if I'm doing late-game content or PvP, the last class I picked to be with me is the summoner, just because it's a very self-sufficient, kind of like solo-esque class. In the game, late game is mostly like teamwork. Though, keep in mind, you guys can change classes very often in this game. It's not a problem. You can start off as a summoner for an easy beginning and then switch to any of the later ones. Moving on, I want to talk to the next two most played classes. Assassins, because everybody likes to be a fucking ninja, and Cleric, because for some reason or another, once there's a bow involved, everyone just kind of like nuts themselves. They're just like, oh my god, I can be an archer. Let's play that. Let's start off with the Ranger first. The Cleric class, do not start off as a Cleric in the beginning, because it can be a little difficult. Although there's nothing wrong with it if you've played the game and you know how to play Cleric, it's not a big issue. I just know when I read up about reviews, they were like, Clerics are a little hard to solo in the beginning of the game, so you want to tend to avoid doing that. There is a lot of pros to playing a priest. One of them is the fact that you don't have to spend as much for your gear. I know some of the priests that play get their items, their gold level 60 items, for half the price I have to spend. If I spend 25 million for a weapon, they're over there spending 12. So if you want to stay, if that sounds good to you, priest is the way to go. Late game content, everybody needs a healer. If you want to be the most needed class, if you want to keep your friends alive, play priest. Rangers are going to be your most balanced class. They're pretty damn decent at everything, but they're not amazing at anything. They deal a lot of damage, they heal a little bit, but they're also extremely squishy. They're the class that when I see in PvP, I'm like, sweet, I just need to go around, try and clip him with some sort of CC and one-shot him. But if you're not touched, or if you like the bow, you can play a Ranger. It's not a bad class, it's not an amazing class. If it seems fun to you, go for it. Let's talk about the assassin classes. So you have the Azura and the Ninja. A lot of new players who ask me what class to pick, I tend to tell them, who enjoy PvP, tend to tell them to go Ninja because of the stealth and crowd control. If you're lower battle rating than some of the other players, playing a Ninja will let you still participate and be that nuisance or that annoyance in game. So if you're PvP focused and you lack battle rating, definitely go Ninja. If you don't lack battle rating and you still like the idea of having crowd control and being stealth, Ninja is the way to go. Azura on the other hand, has one of the best PvP skills for Guild War, because every team that has an Azura on them has a AoE stun that works very well. Later in the game, having one of these on each one of your teams really lets you stack the crowd control followed by damage. So it just depends on what you like. Both of these classes are very strong. Both are going to be needed in different aspects of the game. Pick the one that sounds the coolest if you want to go assassin. Let's take a second to talk about Mage. I play the Frostweaver class. I like ice mages. I've always liked ice mages. I like to crowd control and I like to dish out damage. But most of all, I love to freeze my enemies so that people get frustrated running through your large areas of AoE slows and stuns and freeze. And it lets my other teammates fight back and kill them. I like the style of running back while placing down areas and playing tactically, like playing as a tactician rather than just running in there. I tend to kite back pretty often. I wouldn't recommend playing this class if you're not high on BR just because you're extremely squishy. But this class does have something amazing, which is the enhanced blink. This lets you break out of any crowd control. So for me, this is absolutely perfect. On the other hand, the Pyromancer doesn't have that, making it a very hard class to play. I have heard later in the game that this is the most pay-to-win class. If I had to guess, it probably just dishes out an insane amount of damage, and if you dump money into it, those numbers get pretty high. But until we get to that point, there's no point in playing it. The Warrior. Oh my god, is this class absolutely fucking annoying. Nothing is more annoying early game than the Berserker class. My friend is playing a Berserker and he's been telling me it's completely busted early. The guy spin to wins like 20 people and one crit kills 4 or 5 of them. He has this like laser card that shoots above his head. It's overpowered. It really is overpowered early game, but late game it tends to fall off. On the other hand, the Paladin class. Now this class is something we definitely need to mention. It's strong early game and it's strong late game for multiple reasons. So late game, in Guild War, late game, the team that has the most paladins wins is what I've heard. But also early game, it has this like pull move. I don't know which one it is. I can probably check right here. It has this like pull move where they like smack the ground and pull everyone in. And for me, because I'm playing an ice mage, I just dash out. It's not a problem. But for the other classes, especially the rangers, they get wrecked. I just watched them all get pulled into like a horde of enemies during Guild War and all die. It's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Setting that aside, every team needs... You guys, you have to see it. Like 3 or 4 to 5 people just get pulled in and everybody just gets blown the fuck up. It's so fucking funny. It's almost as bad as when the ninjas just try and one-shot somebody. Anyways, every team needs a tank, every team needs a healer, every team needs crowd control. The only thing every team doesn't need is a cute fucking summoner with their goddamn cat meowing behind them 24/7. So, if this video helped you, just let me know down in the comments what class you're probably gonna pick. I hope you guys all had a great time. A good day, stay away from corona, all that crazy stuff, and yeah, come play with us, man. It's a blast.